Close the record. Doop. You're good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the horror show at Extreme Rules, the Horror Show 2020, is in effect this evening. We're going to make our pro wrestling scorecard predictions for this pay-per-view this week as we
break the ring down.
Woo! You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
You just made the left.
This right here is family.
Hey, this is professional wrestler and professional podcaster Colt Boom Boom Cabana.
My name is Killer Cross.
This is the Smoke Show, Bordeaux.
What's up, guys? The After Machine, Brian Cage.
This is Ryan from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Sadly, you are not listening to The Art of Wrestling, but you made a decent choice because you're listening.
You are now listening to...
When you're listening...
And you're listening to...
You listen to Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring.
Breaking Down the Ring. Bring it down.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the most inappropriate pro wrestling show in the motherfucking world. You're listening, you're watching, you're paying attention to Breaking Down the Ring. We are your ring crew.
Senor Smith-Kishi.
Oh, he's Mexican.
Your current ring crew champion, Suck My Nick.
And me, the almighty one, Mikey himself. A lot of stuff has happened this week in wrestling. Like there's just, stuff. And Slammiversary finished with a whole bunch of returns. Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Anderson and Gallows are now Impact, as well as quite a few different people. Gallows and Anderson dropped a whole plethora of things against people such as Paul Heyman, the WWE, and things like that. We're not going to get in any of that fucking shit today. We're just going to make our pro wrestling scorecard predictions for the horror show at Extreme Rules, the horror show tagline here, pay-per-view that's going on from WWE tonight. Probably a little bit later in the week when we have a chance to get everything in order and have a sit down. We'll probably go over Slammiversary and Gallows and Anderson and the rest of the wrestling news. However, today we're just going to do a prediction show for everybody. So go to ProWrestlingScorecards.com. You can sign up for the free digital beta, and then you yourself can fill out a scorecard and have all of the fun. See where you rank. There's currently already over 100 people that have filled out the Extreme Rules card, and there's more to come because Z hasn't even done it yet, and he's going to be doing it later today. So definitely go to ProWrestlingScorecards.com, sign up for the digital beta. Again, it's free, and then you get to see how well you stack up against everybody else that has filled out the scorecard. Maybe you're the best overall. Maybe you're the worst overall. Maybe you're right there in the middle like Smith.
What am I in the middle of?
See, if you were paying attention, you would have known. That's the only reason I used your name, because I can tell you weren't paying attention. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick, you're the fucking champion, right?
Yeah, I am.
You snuck by. You're the only person to ever win the Ring Crew Championship without winning an actual event. I guess second place does win things.
If you're not first,
place,
you're not last.
Well, second place in both events, and he's the champ. So good job, Smitty. You're the first ever champ to be dethroned by somebody who didn't win anything.
In other words, I'm the champion. I didn't get pinned.
No, just period. You just sucked. That's what it was.
I lost my title in triple threat.
Your Razor Ramon, Nick's the 1, 2, 3 kid. Everyone was like, what? So, again, ProWrestlingScorecards.com. You guys go there, sign up for the digital beta. We'll get into it right now. So, first match they have on the digital scorecard is the Swamp Fight. Going to be a cinematic style match. It was really funny when Daniel hit me up. He's like, man, I have no fucking clue what to do for extras for this swamp fight. I would like to point out 3 of the 4 yes or no questions are mine.
Also, I'm
he
glad
was
they
like-
kept the match car positions thing on there.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's something we have been talking about for a while. And I told him, I was like, man, because I remember last time they did it, it was the match card positions. There was no way to choose a match that could be thrown in or added. And I was like, dude, instead of switching everything up to try and make it like that, just put a not listed match. And he goes, that's genius. We can have that. So the Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt swamp fight, cinematic style match. I'll be very honest, man. I was sold on this match come SmackDown. Bray Wyatt's promo beforehand, before the match where Braun Strowman just destroyed Morrison. Braun's little promo in it. Braun's promo after. It's look, you can. That's what they're supposed to do. Was this supposed to be the most intriguing thing about this pay-per-view? Probably not. But they did their job. They sold it really well. So I'm gonna lead off with the predictions. Then Smitty, of course, Nick, you're gonna go last. Smitty, you and I will flip flop who goes first. But before the predictions that you say for this match specifically, I want you to talk about what you think, what you hope for happening in this match. So the swamp fight winner, I have Bray Wyatt by a 23-minute match time, 3 total finishers. My first extra that I picked, the Strowman wear the sheep mask, I chose yes. My second extra, does Rowan return? Yes. Otis appears with the Money in the Bank case? No. And will there be a live alligator involved in the match? Yes. So my thing with the match was all these previews that they've been showing, especially the Firefly Funhouse on this week's SmackDown, there was a lot of cutscenes, right, to when Braun was in the Wyatt family. They did not show any cutscene that had Luke Harper's face in it. Now, granted, Luke Harper is now Brody Lee and a major position in AEW and in a mockery of Vince McMahon gimmick. And WWE has been a little bit upset with things in AEW, especially with the way Taz spoke about not having a sloppy shop, so on and so forth. And so it could just be the fact that they don't want to showcase an AEW talent in any type of cutscene. So Rowan was there, and Rowan hasn't appeared anywhere. But I can also see Rowan showing back up in this match. You know, it makes sense if you're going to do an unscheduled appearance. I could see Rowan, especially with the cutscenes, that he was there. Daniel and I were talking about, like, there's like a stunt coordinator set up for this match and everything too. Like, it's supposed to be some big stunt. And he was like, so, what do you think the big stunt is? I said, well, according to the promo, the Firefly Funhouse, there was a lot of live alligators in there. Maybe there's someone's going to chop off Bray's hair. He's going to cut off the treads through the alligator's mouth. So that brought in the live alligator extra because who fucking knows, man? I mean, look, involved in the match can just mean it snaps its, you see it and it snaps his teeth, right? And then the dude runs away. That's involved. And this is a swamp. This I was asked, it was like, man, what do you think about this swamp match? How good do you think it could be? And I was like, what did we think about what a boneyard match was? And look how great that was. I think this swamp match could, especially, look, Braun Strowman is known for beating the fuck out of people. He's known for doing a lot of, as Joe would say, tickle butt things. But this whole setup is tickle butt. It's a swamp match, so you never know what could happen. And I think it could actually be good. Smitty, give me your thoughts on the match and then your predictions.
Yeah, I'm just kind of over the cinematic matches for right now. I said, like, I get that they're doing what they need to because of the situation happening with the world right now. But I think just everybody's been overdoing it at this point and almost everywhere. And
I feel
I'm just
like
not into it anymore.
Yeah, I feel like you're just mad at it. I don't get it because it's not like anything has been bad.
I think I'm just over it.
Okay.
It's not that I don't like it. I'm just over it for right now. Like, I feel like these matches would be much more special if you weren't doing one almost every pay-per-view. No.
But, I mean, how can you be over something that you like? You just said it's not that I don't like it. I'm just over it.
Like they don't seem as special anymore. It just seem like they're just there now.
Right. It's kind of
But,
like you on the show. Just not really special anymore. Just
I'm always special. I'm always special. I'm the only black man on the show.
that's because you have a stronger amount of melanin, sir. That's really it. Stop acting like you're special. There's a bunch of people with that. All right, give me your predictions for the match, brother. Or unless you want to talk a little bit more about it.
I got Strowman winning 22 minutes, 3 finishers. Strowman does wear the sheet mask. No to a Rowan return. No to Otis. And yes to an alligator.
It's such a good extra.
And the only reason I said yes to the alligator because this is one of those cinematic style matches. Like we said, it's a swamp match. It's WWE. They did the whole crazy fake spider thing with Rowan when they tried to make him a singles guy. I think these gonna be a live alligator. I think this will be one of those really corny fake alligators you're gonna see.
Right,
like a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic alligator.
No, I think but see, that's not a live alligator, sir. That's an animatronic alligator. We're talking about a real alligator.
I'm sticking with the alligator just in case they just kind of throw one in there, just like for scenery purposes.
Hooray! All right, Nick, your thoughts on this match and your predictions.
At first, when I heard swamp match, I was just kind of like, eh. But then, as the weeks went on and, this past SmackDown on Friday, I'm more intrigued now for sure. And I've kind of felt that way with most of these matches that appear to be a cinematic match. Like, I don't set my expectations too high. But I am looking forward to it at this point, like I said, especially after watching SmackDown. So it'll be interesting for sure. I've got Strowman, 24 minutes, 3 finishers. Strowman will be wearing a sheet mask. No to Rowan's return. No to Otis. And yes to a live gator.
Live gator, gator did.
I like redneck things with my friends.
I like to do redneck things with my redneck friends. All right. Next match is the eye for an eye match. WWE's really promoting that someone's going to lose an eye. There's even been talk about some CGI bullshit regarding this being done on there. It's Seth Rollins versus Rey Mysterio. Smitty, talk about the match a little bit and give me your predictions, please, sir.
Didn't we just see this eye for an eye crap on AEW a few months back?
Actually, this is not an eye for an eye. It's actually blind or an eye match because Mysterio's eye's already gone.
Yeah,
but yes, there was just an eye for an eye match in AEW.
So I don't know how to feel about this. I think the only real interesting thing about this whole feud is the fact that they're actually trying to include Dominic more, kind of like they did with the Lesnar thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I that's the only thing that's really keeping me interested within this feud.
So let me ask you something, Smitty. And Nick, I want you to answer this when you give your 2 cents as well. With Dominic being such a featured part of this, and technically we hear that Rey Mysterio is just in there on a handshake deal right now just to finish out stuff. But he's wanted to do the reason he came back to WWE is he wanted to do the send off of the mask to his son on WWE. He wanted to do it there. Do you think that we see Rey stay around after this match to possibly do this finally at WrestleMania? Like, the only reason he hasn't is because of injuries and stuff, right? Things just happen at the wrong time for him. So do you think that we could see Rey Mysterio still stick around and be a part of WrestleMania with Dominic?
Possibly. I said possibly, like we say, but Rey's injuries are starting to stack up. Let's say the bump card on Rey has been, damn near 30 years in the business or 20-something years in the business. And his body can only take so much at this point in his career. Like I said, he's on a handshake deal, and we know how handshake deals have worked with WWE prior.
But do you? But what I'm saying is, do you think he will stay with WWE to try and get if there's a strong possibility? Let's just say Vince says, "Yeah, if you're here, WrestleMania, you get the mask match with Dominic, or maybe even fucking SummerSlam, right?" But most likely WrestleMania, I would assume you want to do something like that on the biggest stage of them all. But if Vince says, "Yes, you can do it as long as you're not injured," does Rey Mysterio stay in WWE, or he just say "fuck it" and try to do it somewhere else?
WWE is the safest bet for him to do it, so I think so most likely.
Okay. And then feel free to talk a little bit more about the match, or just make your predictions.
So my prediction, I actually do have Seth Rollins winning, which I've removed, which everyone is Ray doesn't have removed already. I removed Sean on broadcast. It's like I had no originally, but it's just like now you talk about this whole CGI bull crap.
Yeah,
I think I'm switching that to yes.
Okay.
Aerial moves 9, unique weapon types 3. Because I think there's going to be a screwdriver at some point or a corkscrew.
Oh, you mean the
unique weapons?
I was thinking, man, vodka orange juice as a weapon.
Or Dominic attacks Rollins at any time. Yes.
All right. I agree. I think that this is Seth Rollins' match to win. But at the same time, I could see Rey Mysterio winning this if he does choose to stay with WWE. I really think that's what it is. But I think the safe bet is to pick Seth Rollins. The eye, which is removed, I chose the left because if Seth does win, the right one is the one that's gone for Ray already. So he needs to go left. I figure we'll just be safe with that. The remove eye shown on broadcast. Again, there's a lot of talk about CGI cut because it can be cut later. So I did go yes with this. 7 aerial moves, 6 unique weapon types, and yes, Dominic will be attacked by Rollins at any fucking time. Nick, what are your thoughts on possibly Ray's future and your talk on the match?
It's hard not to hear just a shit ton of puns when we're talking about this match. I think it just keeps happening.
The eyes have it.
I can see. I can't even say it myself personally. I think Ray. I think he's at the point in his career where I don't think he can go anywhere else and have it not feel like he's got to, in some way, start over. Like if, let's say, hypothetically, he jumps over to AEW for a little bit, he's got to not necessarily start from the bottom because obviously Rey Mysterio is not on the bottom anywhere he goes.
Unless it's a height chart.
True. But, he's got this spot in WWE where he is known as one of the top stars, not only in the business, but in that company. So that's where his son's going to be, obviously. And I just think he stays there and has a couple one-off things. And I think WrestleMania is a really good spot to do whatever type of scenario that they want to happen. The match itself, honestly, as weird as it is, the whole eye thing, I'm kind of invested in it. I think that they've done some pretty good storytelling with it all. So I'm interested to see the match. The whole eye for an eye thing is a little, cheese ball, but tickle butt for me. But
tickle butt. I like how me and Smitty both lean forward at the exact same time. So you got our faces like that.
Tickle butt. But I've seen the CGI thing talked about, and maybe this could be another cinematic match too. So another one I'm interested in for sure. Seth Rollins, I've got him winning. The left eye is going to be removed. Removed eye shown on broadcast, I kind of flip-flop back and forth. I had yes, and I had no, and I've got yes again. Because, again, that whole CGI element could be there, but then it's like, how far is too far when, you show CGI that Ray lost his eye and the idea is to suspend your disbelief. Well, okay. Well, Ray lost his fucking eye. Like, it just, I don't know if that's too much. But I am still going to keep it yes, just because, you know, I think it'd be cool to see a CGI eye laying there.
So
CG eyeball.
you get the CG eyes. You know, man, finish your predictions, and I want to have to say something.
5 aerial moves, 4 weapon types, and yes to a Dominic attack.
So the thing I want to say is, like, another, man, it just clicked. So Ray's mask, there's an eye hole open, and then an eye hole with a screen on it, obviously, so Ray can see out. What if part of this handing over the mask to Dominic is adding that other screen to the other eye, so when Dominic has the mask, it's this obviously the same style, like luchadors, what they do, they hand it over, but in his own style, he has his eyes, you know, the screens on it. So it's like the same mask, obviously, but with different style personally for Dominic. I wonder
Kind of like
if
when Ray
that might...
kind of like when Ray was in WCW when he kind of had some screens over there, over the eyes.
Yeah, and so it's like a old school throwback, but Dominic has his own type of mask, just, you know, with his flair, aka the screens. That could be something cool to do with this, especially with this blind or an eye match. Up next is the tables match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there was talk that there was going to be a steel cage match for this, even though that everything building for this match has been revolving around tables being broken. And for some reason, they made you think that they might try and pick a steel cage as the stipulation for this match. Okay, guys, whatever. New Day, Big E, and Kofi taking on Cesaro and Nakamura for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Look, I think that it's given something to WWE that you haven't seen in about a decade, and that is a build that has a Cesaro singles win. Right. I mean, the last fucking time you saw it, I'm pretty sure it was him and Sheamus in the Best of 7. That was like the last time that you saw Cesaro win a singles match on television, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Didn't he beat Drew Gulak, right? At Mania? In the pre-show?
Did they have a match?
Yes, sir. It was Drew Gulak and Cesaro.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-show.
You're right. Cesaro did. I think Cesaro did one, actually.
All right, there it is. So we have had 2 Cesaro singles wins in a year. 2020 isn't all that bad. I have the New Day going over. Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be the one that goes through the table. Big E is going to be the one who puts him through the table. The location of that table will be in the ring. Will there be non-table weapons used? Yes. Will there be and the first wrestler to lay on the table is going to be Big E because he's tired. Cesaro uppercuts? 5. Smitty, your thoughts and predictions. Bless you.
Really don't have too much thoughts about this. I'm wearing my New Day shirt. But I do not have the New Day winning. I have the New Day dropping the titles. Just Cesaro and Nakamura.
Wow.
Big E goes through the table. Cesaro puts him through the table. The location of the finish will be
Big Egos.
Yep, and Cesaro's gonna put him through the table because you know Cesaro's he's a strong guy, strong fellow. Like if you want to showcase his strength, they're gonna have him put Big E through the table.
Right.
Location of the finish in the ring. Non-table weapon use. Hell yes. First wrestler to lay on the table.
Says yes.
First wrestler to lay on the table is going to be Big E as well, and 6 Cesaro uppercuts.
6. I don't remember what I was going to say. Go ahead, Nick.
I don't really have a whole lot to say about this match either. I've just been kind of the tag division just doesn't really intrigue me very much. I love the New Day, don't get me wrong, but there's just, it's one of those fodder matches. I don't have anything to, well, I do have
drink
coffee. Yeah.
Nick, you said that you like the New Day. Would you say that New Day rocks?
New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Yeah.
All right, just asking. Unless there's an extra for Xavier Woods trombone things, New Day always rocks.
So the New Day is going to go over.
New Day?
Cesaro is going to go through the table. Big E will put him through the table in the ring. Yes to non-table weapons. Kofi is going to be, you know what, I'm changing that. That doesn't make any sense. I like the fact that Big E gets tired. So, yeah, Big E will be the first to lay on a table and 4 Cesaro uppercuts.
It's just so sleepy. All right, we're already halfway through the matches on this. Next is the United States, the beautiful brand new United States Championship match. God, I think it's gorgeous. Smitty, you're kicking this one off. You weren't here last week because you were a piece of shit. Not really. So we didn't get your opinion on the title. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's a great modern take on the United States Championship. It still shows off the flag on the bottom with the stars. There's some nitpicking that you can do, whatever, about it. But I think it's a great take on the United States Championship. I think it's very beautiful. Nick liked it. He's like, yes, it's good. He was not like he was like ready to suck a dick. Z absolutely fucking hated it. So you're kicking off this match, Apollo Crews versus MVP for the United States Championship. Apollo Crews is defending. So I want you to talk about the title first off, and then this match.
I'm kind of impartial to the title. I'm not like a fan, but I don't hate it. Like I said, I posted something on our Facebook page where it's like the whole Aunt Viv switch off in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It wasn't a terrible switch. It was not a terrible change, but it's like I think I would find this for the title the way it was already. So
really, you think the older one was better? The one that they
they found this. I said I am impartial to it. I don't think it's better.
Yeah,
I don't think it's better, but I don't
you're
think it's
impartial
worse.
to this one, but you're fond of the other one. So that obviously means you like the last one better.
It's more so like I have a fondness because that's the U.S. title I'm just used to seeing at this point.
You don't know what words mean, do you? It's a great response to that.
But yeah, so I'm just like, I'm more into it. So
okay, more about it.
I have Apollo back to the match because I have Apollo Crews winning by pinfall. Yes to the match going over 10 minutes. 4 near falls. MVP entrance promo. Yes. Outside interference. Yes.
Okay, that's creepy. We have the exact same picks for this match. I think the build for Apollo Crews versus MVP is great. It sucks Apollo couldn't be there to debut the title, I thought. There's a lot of push and a lot of talk about how MVP, is in the build for this. The MVP is going to do this, MVP is going to do that. And that's the exact reason why I think MVP ain't going to do shit. I think the title is beautiful. I think a smart play is, you know what, man? I also wouldn't even be fucking surprised at a finger poke of doom here, right? Apollo just poking MVP falling. You get the fucking
1, 2, 3, and you get a black staple.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. But there's been talk about Apollo Crews switching over to heel for a little bit, and I honestly think it would be a great refresh for his character. I would love to see Apollo Crews be a part of a stable that's, 1, doing stuff, that 2, has a mouthpiece as good as MVP is, and 3, has a fucking powerhouse like Lashley. And then you have the agility guy in Apollo Crews. I think that stable could be spectacular. I think it'll be wonderful.
Apollo Crews ain't a slouch in the power department either.
No, not at all. But I mean, if you're booking it, if anyone's booking it, obviously each person is going to have their own type of
role.
What is it? Their own type of character, their uniqueness to it. Yes, kind of like a role. Big E will be your power guy. MVP will be your mouth guy. Obviously, he's still wrestling, but he's your talker. And then Apollo Crews would be your guy that's like out of nowhere hitting agile moves, and you're just like, fuck, I love that guy. I really think that a stable between those three could be good. I again have the exact same picks as Smitty. Apollo Crews by pinfall. Yes to the match being over 10 minutes. 4 near falls. Yes to an MVP entrance promo. And yes to outside interference. Koenig 19, what's up?
Pretty similar picks here, boys.
Yeah, boys.
Who you call him boy?
Ferda. Whoa, he said boys.
Ferda.
I was included.
Yeah.
I was included.
Yeah. There's an S there.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
Or
a Z.
if there's a
Yeah.
Are we talking Hardy Boys or Dudley Boys?
Well, actually, it's an S. There's no Z today.
So we're talking
Man,
Dudley.
hits just keep on coming.
The letter puns.
I've got Apollo Crews. Pinfall match will go over 10 minutes. 5 near falls. Yes
Whoa.
to an MVP promo. And yes to interference.
I hope you lose by 2 points. And it's because you chose 5 instead of 4.
You can shut up.
So you get 3 of those points, but Smitty and I got the 5. Up next is the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Bayley taking on the seemingly possibly going unstable again, Nikki Cross, for the SmackDown Women's title. I'll be very honest, man. The only thing I give a shit about both of these women's title matches, the Raw one and the SmackDown one, is to see the dissolving abilities, the dissolving connection between Sasha and Bayley. I think this can go quite a few ways. I think there's a way that maybe Bayley loses to Nikki Cross and then Sasha wins. Now Sasha's the one with 2 belts and Bayley only has 1, and you can kind of see it dissolving there. I can see it dissolving as in maybe Bayley wasn't out there to help Sasha, and Bayley retains and Sasha doesn't become a champion. It's really, that's it. That's exactly all it is. I don't give a fuck about the matches themselves. I really am but I am intrigued to see what it does with Sasha and Bayley, because I think they're finally doing it, and I want to see it, especially in this way. The way they have Bayley's character right now, I think is a beautiful heel to Sasha's face. I think it could be done well, but I don't think you want to dethrone Asuka yet. I think that's a bad move. So Sasha shouldn't win. Therefore, I think Bayley retains. So I have Bayley winning by pinfall, 13-minute match time, and 3 near falls. What you got there, Smith?
I have everything you have except for the near falls, actually. I have Bayley winning by pinfall, 13 minutes and 4 near falls.
You're going to lose by 2 points, too.
Because I had, literally had everything you had except, the near falls. I just had 1 more.
It's only weird when people start hitting the same numbers. Like the 13-minute match time is like, whoa, these are all numbers that can go any which way, but it's also smart picks. We're good. Nick.
Well, I've got Bayley by pinfall with a 12-minute match
Bayley.
time. So you can suck on that. 6 near falls.
6 near falls. All right, I mean, yeah, you never know, maybe. Up next is the Raw Women's Championship match. Again, exactly how I'm feeling about both of these. Obviously, both of you did not talk a little bit about the SmackDown, so I spoke about it. You guys feel free to speak about the Raw and the SmackDown, because, obviously I did as well. And then, Smitty, make your pick.
I really feel like both these women's title matches are fodder matches. Seriously.
Drink.
But also, to your point, Mikey, this is also supposed to be leading to the dissension between Bayley and Sasha. So if it builds to that, hey, it does its job. But the matches, I can give less than 2 flying fucks about the matches in themselves.
So just 1 aerial move then, right? Because if it's less than 2 flying fucks.
It's Sasha Banks. She loves that Meteora. So.
All right, give your picks, Cracker.
I have, all right, for sure, my Negro.
Whoa, whoa. Roger
Calm
Stone
down.
already said that. I guess you can say it. Roger Stone was caught saying it.
But I have Asuka winning by submission. First to lock on a submission finisher will be Sasha Banks. 4 submission finishers, 3 aerial moves, no to the mist.
Just missed. I have
Hey-o.
all the dad jokes. He turns 40 and he's got dad jokes time, baby. I have everything that you picked except our numbers are reversed, Smitty. I have Asuka by submission. Sasha Banks will be the first to lock in the submission finisher. 3 submission finishers, 4 aerial moves, no to the mist. Nick, give your conversational thoughts on the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championship matches and your picks, good sir.
First of all, don't tell me what to do.
I'm sorry.
No. I halfway agree with Smitty here about the fodder.
Drink. I have to open a new one. I have the tray of Pepsi's on standby for this.
Ooh.
I got my big gaudy cup of water.
Yeah, halfway agree with. Yeah, who are you kidding?
No, we don't.
I need to get my private party shirt because this ain't water.
I think the excuse me, I'm sorry. The Bailey Nikki Cross match, I have no interest in that.
You sound gross.
Huh? Yeah,
I said you sound gross. Just kidding.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
I'm just
Dad.
interested in the butts.
Just
I'll
interested
take
in
it
the
all for the booty.
I don't see them taking the title off Bailey. Obviously, that's who I made as my pick. But yeah, I mean, this is all leading to, the one thing we've wanted to see for a long time, Sasha and Bailey going head to head. Like Mikey said, it's too early to take it off of Asuka, and it's but I am more interested in the Asuka Sasha Banks storyline. I think they've done a pretty good job between shit that's happened on Raw, shit that's happened on NXT between the two. I like that storytelling, so I'm not totally out of it with this match. It's something that I am somewhat looking forward to, I guess. So I've got Asuka going over by submission. Asuka. Submission, Sasha Banks will be the first to lock in a submission. 3 finishers, 3 aerial moves, and no to Stephen King's The Mist.
Decent book, shitty movie.
Smitty, did it get darker over there, or are you just like? Are you getting?
I need to turn my light on.
Are you transitioning?
I was like, look, man, you're working with an iPhone.
Yeah.
Those you could tell they aren't too racist anymore. But sometimes, did he just break something?
You may have.
No,
I think
You got auto tune issue.
no.
right, motherfucking T-Pain over here, Smith Pain, Smith T-Pain.
I just forgot. I forgot I had a full. I kind of knocked my empty mug into it.
What?
I knocked an empty mug into my full bottle of Bushmills.
Yeah, it's just water in that cup, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, it's water in the cup. It's a full bottle of fucking whiskey.
All right. Next and final match is the WWE Championship match. Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler. No stipulation has been set for this match yet. The whole build for this is that, they brought back Heath Slater for a quick second just to get him over so he looks good on Impact Wrestling when he showed up this weekend. There's a lot of things that are going on to build this match. But again, the main build for this is you're trying to figure out what the stipulation is going to be. I personally think the stipulation is as easy as anything in the fucking world. Therefore, it's the only match that's going to have this stipulation, and it's going to be the only match that has a stipulation that's named after the pay-per-view. So I have Drew McIntyre winning the stipulation is Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. I think the match is going to go 21 minutes, 7 unique weapon types. I honestly think the announce table will be destroyed because I think this is the last match before the swamp. Yes, a wrestler will bleed, and no to a winner attacked after the match. And again, I only think a wrestler's bleeding because I think if someone goes to the table, there's a possibility of a scratch, something breaking, something. So I'd rather sit on the safe side of somebody with an Extreme Rules match too, sit on the safe side of a scratch happening and causing a little bit of blood on an arm versus hitting no and not getting that 3 points. Smitty, your thoughts on this match and your predictions, sir?
When was the last time Dolph Ziggler won a match that really counted for anything?
When he won that United States Championship you're so fond of.
No, last title he had was IC. I thought it was IC.
Whatever it was.
See, that's the point. Nobody remembers.
Some dude, some bitch, whatever.
But, he got a huge pop when he beat that guy that beats those girls.
So I had Drew when Drew McIntyre when Dolph Ziggler's involved in a title picture, I'm like, man, it's Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
So
he's just fodder.
He really is. And now I'm going to the whiskey.
Fod Ziggler. I appreciate you swallowing it before you laughed there, Nick. Yeah, it's whiskey. Whiskey's supposed to be warm, unless you left it in the fucking sun.
No, my room's like a sauna right now.
Can't even tell. Well, yeah, your hair's a little straighter.
It so my hair's like a fucking sponge.
Have you so glow?
Actually, I do have some leave I can put in my hair for that. So, anywho,
Smitty, if you lose the pay-per-view, will you cut your hair?
No. Took too long to get here. So I have Drew McIntyre winning. The stipulation is Extreme Rules. 20-minute match time. 2 unique weapons. Yes to the announce table destroyed. Yes to a wrestler bleeding because I think, like you said, whatever, somebody go take that bump that scratches their arm probably, and you get a little bit of blood on the arm somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And no to the winner getting attacked after the match. I don't think they really have anybody lined up for him after this.
I don't know. You know what? I'm actually switching my pick. Yes. To someone. Yes. The winner is attacked after the match.
Who's going to attack
I'm not
him?
saying why. You guys figure
That's some bullshit.
I mean, that attack's going to come from out of nowhere, so.
Oh,
SummerSlam.
mm-hmm.
I'm switching back to yes.
Not O. Not O. Not
RK.
RK. Oh.
Yes, I'm switching to yes. So they're getting attacked after the match.
That's why I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, just forgot about that. The SummerSlam build-up is supposed to be Orton versus McIntyre now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Nick, your thoughts on this match and your predictions without changing the winner getting attacked after the match.
Yeah, that's locked in.
That's locked in.
Yeah, I mean, I like Dolph Ziggler's in-ring style. I think he's a great wrestler, but he doesn't do anything for me. So, I mean, him in this match is just
he's a guy, so
yeah, it's just another case of fodder.
Nice Deadpool mug, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I heard fodder. Nick, is there even anything in there anymore? You've been chugging along.
That was my last sip.
Better not say the word fodder again.
It was a sip. Yeah, I mean, This storyline would have been cool, 2 or 3 years ago when Drew came back. I don't know. I just don't have any interest in it. So
They're doing really well with the WWE Championship.
Drew McIntyre is going to go over. And, I mean, how can you have an Extreme Rules pay-per-view without having an Extreme Rules match? So, yes, it's going to be an Extreme Rules stipulation. 17 minutes, 4 unique weapon types. Yes to announce table, yes to blood, and yes to the winner getting attacked.
It's a no. Arcane no.
It's already locked in.
All right. And finally, the match card position extra on this opening match number 3, match number 5, and the main event. Smitty, you're kicking this one off.
I think they're going to open up with the tables match. They've had like WWE's had they've been real consistent, like putting a New Day at the top at the card. So I can see that match going off first. Number 3 will probably be the SmackDown Women's Championship. Match number 5 will be the Eye for an Eye. And I think the main event is still going to be the WWE Championship.
Okay. The WWE Championship?
Yep.
Okay. Myself, I have sorry, I'm scrolling through to see if they did any type of announcement on WWE Twitter about anything, and nope, they just have Hardcore Holly all over it. All right. I have the opening match of as the tables match as well. I do think the New Day are going to kick it off. Oh, people at home!
That's pretty good.
Number 3 is the SmackDown Women's. Match number 5, I have the WWE Championship, and the main event, I believe, will be the Swamp Fight. Nick, what you got?
All right. The opening match is going to be the tables match.
No, people at home!
Then the third match, I've got the U.S. Championship. Fifth match is Ojo por Ojo. And then the Swamp Fight, Eye for an Eye.
Wait. So, Eye for an Eye. Okay.
Yep.
Fifth match.
Yep. And then the main event will be the Swamp Fight.
With a real live alligator.
Someone's going to get eaten alive.
I did that last night.
Nice.
Got a girlfriend now. All right, look, that's it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we were doing was the prediction stuff. Make sure you go to ProWrestlingScorecards.com, sign up for the digital beta. It is a free sign up. You get to take on a whole bunch of people. It is wonderful, man. I highly suggest doing it. It is fun. You get to see where you stack up, where you rank. And again, it's free. It's free. It is free to fill out a pay-per-view scorecard, see how good you're going up against the rest of the world who have filled out that scorecard, and see just how good you could be as a fantasy booker. Currently, Nick is our champion. Took the belt off of Smitty. This is the only pay-per-view in July that we're counting. We were going to do Fighter Fest, but there was just was it Fighter Fest? Yeah, but it was
Fighter
just
Fest and Fight for the Fallen. Both of them, all of them had cards.
Fight for the Fallen has a card.
Fight for the Fallen and Fighter Fest. Nights 1 and 2 of Fighter Fest and Fight for the Fallen had a card.
I'm gonna go. Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. I didn't know that.
I didn't know. I didn't know Fighter Fest. They had one till I was looking for the Extreme Rules one. So like Fighter Fest.
I knew Fighter Fest
for the
had
Fallen.
one. I didn't.
Yeah,
Fight
for the Fallen was the one I found out when I was like, I forgot that it goes up on Saturday now. So I'm looking on Thursday, and I'm like, oh, Fight for the Fallen had a scorecard.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know?
But it was digital only. That's why. All right, but yeah. So we're only the only one that we usually it's every one of them, but we were a little bit late for Fighter Fest and had no fucking clue about Fight for the Fallen. So the only one that we're using to decide who is going to be the new or current continued as the Ring Crew Champion is this Extreme Rules one. So definitely go check it out. We use it for that. We're going to come back next, if at latest next week, we'll come back. We'll talk about Slammiversary. We'll have to talk about because all of those Black Wednesday's 90-day clause, compete clauses are up. We'll talk about where a lot of those people landed. And, of course, we'll get into a lot more, especially Vicky Guerrero showing back up to manage wrestler. We'll get it. I mean, there's just a whole bunch to talk about. The latest we'll do that is next Sunday. It's very possible we could do it sometime earlier in the week. But, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Again, breakingdownthering.com. You can get yourself merch anytime. You can get the Pride merch. And, again, 100% of those profits go towards the Trevor Project. Last month, we donated $32.20. So, hey, man, it automatically donates the minute we hit 50, or it just donates every month, whatever we have. So please go there, check it out. The Pride shirt, you'll be donating to the Trevor Project, which is a great thing, 100% of our profits. We're not trying to make any money off of this. This is something that means something to us. And we will have another shirt to donate to charity as soon as we can get some new merch up. Our printing stuff is all happening out there in California, so they're having a hard time with all of this COVID-19 stuff that is happening. So it's still holding them back. It's still holding them back a little bit, but as soon as we can get it, that shirt will be up. Again, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We are your ring crew.
Senor Smikishi.
Ruining your life every day, Koenig19.
And me, the almighty one, Mikey himself. Thank you again, folks. We are out.